Hi, we're going to do the first homework. It's technically the second homework this grading period, but we're going to start back to one. So the first homework of the grading period was homework 19. Okay, so make sure you put your name here. And let's get started on the first question. So we learned today in class what the area of a segment means. And it really means the area which is the two-dimensional space something takes up. The 2D space something takes up of this little sliver of stuff. So the shape of what we are looking to calculate is actually straight on one side and arced on the other, and we're finding the area of that. So sometimes we notice the sliver here is really big. And other times, so here this sliver is very big. It's straight with an arc. See how it's straight with an arc? So the segment is actually this part right here. So if you got some highlighters at home, again, it might do you some benefit to just kind of identify the part that we are calling this segment. So the area of a segment is this part right there. And thinking through this logically and just kind of using our intuition, intuitively, I think we could think about the area of this yellow part should be the area of the blue minus the yellow would tell us this triangle. So maybe depending on what colors you have, you could think of the triangle as pink. And again, this idea is that we have a name for each of these separate pieces. The name for this, we just call a triangle. But it is a triangle made up of a central angle. And here's the triangle. And so we notice that although we didn't think about it before, that a sector, in a way, is made up of a triangle and another little sliver. So this whole sector, and when I use the word sector, I think of this whole area here. The pink and the yellow area makes up the whole blue area. Okay, this is this basic concept of I can have two things and together the area of the two things separately should be the area of the whole thing. Okay, now with that done, depending on the context of the question, we might have a different answer and a different formula. And again, we're not really calling it a formula other than just kind of an informal, something informal that helps us collect our thoughts. So it says the area of a triangle and the area of the sector is 255.99 and 299.83. So the area of the triangle part, so I guess that's what I'm calling the part that in pink, I highlighted pink, whatever color you pick, and the area of the sector, which is actually the whole blue part that I outlined, the whole slice of pizza. Calculate the area of the segment. So this is this idea of what I'm calling the sliver. So let's think about this a second. The area of this sliver should be whatever's left over. If I took the blue area minus the pink should give me this yellow part left over. You can see it really well here too. If I knew the area of the whole blue area and I cut off the pink, what I'd have left over is the yellow part. So again, we could do this a couple ways informally. We could think of it as the blue area minus the pink area should give me the yellow area. And that would be one way to think about it. Another way is to actually name these. So the blue area, the vocab word for the blue area, is the sector. And the pink is our triangle. And that should give us our sliver. And again, you can also call this the segment. But I'm not using this as a line segment. It's this sliver of item, this yellow area left over. Okay, so now plugging in amounts for this stuff, the sector we're told is 299.83, and the triangle we were given. So we end up with okay, and then, it's nice to get in the habit of going ahead and transferring our answer into the answer box, circling it. Perfect. Looking good there? Okay. Next one. Says the area of the sector, we don't know. That's what you have to find. So now I don't know the area of the blue. This says, but what if the area of the triangle is 21 and the area of the segment is 57? So they're telling us the area of this triangle is 21 and the area of this yellow portion is 57. So logically here, if we know that there's 21 units in the pink area and 57 in the yellow, we should be able to add together to combine these two to make the whole blue area. So if we think about this informally, we have the pink, we have the yellow. We know the pink and the yellow should make the blue. So the pink plus the yellow should combine to make the blue. And we can compare this formula with the formula we had before. Notice if we added pink to both sides, we would get blue on one side, kind of like we have blue on one side here. And if we added pink to both sides, we'd get yellow plus pink, which is exactly pink and yellow. Pretty much the same formula, it just looks a little different. We can think about, well, the pink is really our triangle, and the yellow is the part we call the sliver or our segment of a circle, and it should add up to the whole sector. Okay, so they've asked us to find the area of the sector. The triangle is 21. The segment is 57. And so that should give me a total of 78 feet squared. There we go. And I transferred my answer there. Pretty cool. Let's keep going. The area of the segment. Okay, so that's this part, the yellow part, my sliver, right? And the area of my sector. Okay, that my sector is the blue part. So I know the whole blue part is this big number, 730. And I know that the yellow part so this is a little bit different, but I think again, logically, if I know the whole blue part is 730 and I know this part is 506, that if I subtract off the yellow part, I'm left with the pink part. And that is just walking through the logic of it. So I believe, again, I could take the blue part minus, if I know what the yellow one is, I could subtract off the yellow, and this should leave me with the pink. So my blue is what I'm calling the sector. And if I subtract off the sliver, or also known as my segment of a circle, this should give me my pink triangle. And that's what they've asked me to solve. So either equation, formally or informally, and I actually don't think either of these are very formal, but they help us collect our thoughts here, right? So once again, we can compare these to our other formulas. If I add yellow to both sides, I get blue, on one side by itself, and pink and yellow will be on the other side. So in a way, it's still the same formula as that one. I could also think about taking this formula and subtracting yellow on both sides. So this side would be blue minus yellow, and this side would just be pink. And that's basically what we've done here. So if we take the blue and subtract the yellow, we should get the pink. Okay. Now it says, find the area of the sector. So I'm trying to find the blue part. If the area of the triangle, so the area of the triangle is this first number, and the area of the segment, which is we also call our sliver, is the second number. And so I'm hoping that you drew an analogy to question 2. You're thinking, oh, that feels like the same thing. If I know the area of the pink and the area of the yellow, I can combine them to get blue. So pink and yellow together should make blue. That's also thinking about our vocab words. The triangle plus the segment, or our sliver, should equal the full sector. Check out the next video.